Hey everybody, I have a new video for you today, and I think this one's going to upset you. It's going to get the juices going and make you mad. Now, I'm going to start out with a short excerpt off of this article, but first I want to thank RCM_0001, who I'm choosing to remain nameless. I know his name, but I'm not going to supply it because I don't know that he wants me to. Anyway, he sent me this article, so I thought I would share it with you. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and read it. You guys listen up. This is going to be of interest to you. When it comes to spying on people, the government has competition. But they don't like that. They don't like competition in anything. Okay, listen up. The Chinese government is currently implementing a social credit system to monitor its 1.3 billion citizens. China already has 200 million public surveillance cameras. 200 million public surveillance cameras. Facial recognition technology and personal data from cell phones and digital transactions are being used to collect intimate details about people's lives, including their purchasing habits and who they socialize with. Okay, well, that's China, okay, not America, but that's China. That's what they're doing, okay? Let's see what America's doing. Companies are using secret surveillance scores to evaluate you. These are American companies. Please excuse me, I have allergies and it's driving me crazy this morning. All right, major American corporations, including online and retail businesses, employers, and landlords, are using secret surveillance scores to charge some people higher prices for the same product than others, to provide some people with better customer service than others, to deny some people customer service, the right to purchase services or buy or return products, while allowing others to do so, even to deny people housing and jobs. The secret surveillance scores are generated by a shadowy group of privacy-busting firms that operate in dark recesses of the American marketplace. They collect thousands or even tens of thousands of intimate details on each person's life. Enough information, it is thought, to literally predetermine a person's behavior, either directly or through data brokers. Then, in what is euphemistically referred to as data analysis, the firm's engineers write software algorithms that instruct computers to parse a person's data trail and develop a detailed digital mugshot. Eventually, that individual's profile is reduced to a number, the score, and transmitted to corporate clients looking for ways to take advantage of or even avoid the consumer. The scoring system is automatic and instantaneous. None of this is disclosed to the consumer. The existence of the algorithm, the application of the surveillance score, or even that they have become a victim of a technological scheme that just a few years ago would appear only in dystopian science fiction novels. All right, so now what do they do with the score? These scores are used to discriminate based on your income. Written by lawyers Laura and Antonini. Yeah. The policy director of Consumer Education Foundation and Harvey Rosenfield, who leads the foundation. The complaint highlights 4 areas in which companies are using surveillance scoring. Those areas are pricing, consumer service, fraud prevention, and housing and employment. It can range from monetary harm to basic necessities of life that you're not getting. Antonini, is how you say it, and Rosenfield argue that the practices outlined in the complaint are illegal and that consumers are largely unaware that they are being secretly evaluated in ways that can influence how much they pay online. The ability of corporations to target, manipulate, and discriminate against Americans is unprecedented and inconsistent with the principles of competition and free markets. The complaint reads, surveillance scoring promotes inequality by empowering companies to decide which consumers they want to do business with and on what terms, weeding out the people that they deem less valuable. Such discrimination is as much a threat to democracy as it is to free markets. Is this ticking you off yet? It should be. Okay, now you want to know a little bit about who's doing it. We're getting close to that. Scores are using this scoring system to charge for higher prices. Here's more detail from The Hill. The filing points of the 2014 Northeastern University study exploring the ways that companies like Home Depot and Walmart use consumer data to customize prices for different customers. Rosenfield and Antonini replicated the study using an online tool that compares prices that they are charged on their own computers with their own data profiles versus the prices charged by browsing the sites through anonymous computers, anonymous computer server with no data history. Okay, so you got the difference. If you use your computer with all your history in your computer, you're going to get one score. If you use an anonymous computer, you're going to get a different score. Okay, so it says what they found was that Walmart, and Home Depot are offering lower prices on a number of products to the anonymous computer. In the search results for white paint on Home Depot's website, Rosenfeld and Antonini were seeing higher prices for 6 of the first 24 items that popped up. An example, a 5-gallon tub of Glidden Premium Exterior Paint would have cost them $119 compared with $101 for an anonymous computer. So if they used their computer, the price was $119 based on the information they gathered about the person and their computer. Okay, a similar pattern emerged on Walmart's site. The two lawyers found the site was charging them more on a variety of items compared with anonymous web tool, including paper towels, highlighters, pens, and paint. One paper towel holder cost $10 less for the blank web user. In other words, the computer that was anonymous. One paper towel holder, $10 less. That's ridiculous. Okay, now, getting close to wrapping this up because I'm not going to read the whole thing. I just wanted to read the parts that I knew you guys would want to hear. I assume you would want to hear. There is an industry that exists to evaluate you and sell your data to companies. The complaint also describes an industry that offers retailers evaluations of their consumers' trustworthiness to determine whether or not there is a potential risk for fraudulent returns. One such firm called SIFT offers these evaluations to major companies like Starbucks, Airbnb, for an example. SIFT boasts on its website that it can tailor user experiences based on 16,000 plus real-time signals. putting good customers in the express lane and stopping bad customers from reaching the checkout point. Wow. The Hill contacted SIFT for a comment, and the company was not able to respond. What a shock. But back in April, a SIFT spokesperson told the Wall Street Journal that it rates consumers on a scale of 0 to 100, liking to a credit score, trustworthiness, a credit score for trustworthiness. While credit scores can credit scores can wreak havoc on a person's ability to make big purchases and sometimes gain employment, they are at least transparent. Surveillance scoring is not. There is no transparency for customers, and Rosenfeld and Antonini argue that companies are using them to engage in illegal discrimination while users have little recourse to correct false information about them or challenge their ratings. So basically, if you get the gist of this whole thing, which I'm sure you do, they're basing this off of all the information that they pull out of your computer when you log online. Because they know who you are, they instantaneously have record to just about anything and everything you've done online, and that being the case, they build a profile about you. And if they don't like you, then you get to pay more money than the other person, or you don't get to purchase anything, or possibly get hired or whatever. They're turning to a scoring system that's based off of social media, social interactions with other people, how you purchase things, where you buy things from, how many returns you've had, those kind of things. It's not based off of your credit like a credit card would be if you're trying to purchase some huge thing. This is just based off of who these algorithms think or believe you are. How well they think that you will be a good customer or a bad customer based on everything about you, from credit scores to everything it gains about you off of the internet and your computer immediately when you log onto a website, like Home Depot, like Walmart, and countless others. So that's where things are headed. And I tell my kids all the time, and they're like, it's no big deal. What you do online is a very big deal. What sites you surf, what social media you get engaged in, what you look at online, your Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all these different places. What you do online matters because it's the same as leaving a paper trail. And these systems are scouring all that kind of information about you and deciding whether you are trustworthy enough to do whatever it is you're trying to do, whether it's to make a big purchase or get a job or rent a house or whatever. These companies are starting to make their decision about you off of what you do socially, on top of other things. But basically, it's a social thing. And it's not the government doing it. These are private corporations. But it won't be long if these private corporations are doing this before the government jumps in. And it's all based on some computer algorithm. It's as bad in its own way. It'd be like saying trusting YouTube to handle your YouTube account properly based on their algorithm. You know, they don't like what I say on YouTube. Nobody sees the video. I get unsubscribed from other channels. Other people get unsubscribed for me because the algorithm doesn't like what I have to say. That's what this is. And it's based off of social engineering. So you guys might want to keep that in mind when you're online and think about what you do and where you do it. And some of you might want to think about what you want to delete and what you don't. Okay? Where possibly social media is concerned. I have tried for years to get my wife and kids off of social media, and it's just been next to impossible. It's like pulling teeth. I haven't been able to do it. One of my boys is to the point where he won't use Facebook anymore. But he isn't totally willing to delete his Facebook. He will just, well, I forget what they call it, but he'll basically hibernate Facebook, but keep Messenger, because he wants to talk to people through Messenger. And if he deletes Facebook, literally deletes it, then he no longer can use Messenger. So he isn't willing. So you guys need to think about these things. This is scary. Now, this really is Orwellian. This is some creepy stuff. Anyway, I thought you guys would want to know about that. All right, next. Will Patriot. I heard from Will this morning, and he asked me to give you guys this message. So, put my eyes in and I can read it. Okay, we'll just jump in at the part he wants you to know. It says, "To all that may not believe in God or believe in prayer, please read the next short paragraph slowly. On today's date, July 2nd, my kidney specialist came in at 5:20 a.m. and woke me up. He told me he had some remarkable news for me. He said that my kidneys are no longer damaged, and they are in good working order, and the protein count in his urine has diminished greatly, a very low count." It says, "Thank you, God." This is a complete opposite of what I was told less than 24 hours ago. I also would like to mention that my headache is completely gone. My blood pressure is lower than it's ever been in my adult life. Granted, I'm in a controlled environment and still hooked up to an IV and ICU, but if this isn't amazing news, I'm not sure what is. With the way things are looking, I should be on the road to freedom and be out of here in the next day or two. I hope. Anyways, I just wanted to thank you all for all your prayers. If you ever hear someone say God is not real and the power of prayer does not work, remember this occurrence. There are many, many people out there with similar or even more remarkable stories that were healed by the power of prayer and the grace of God. Okay. Lastly, and not leastly, please continue to pray for Mrs. Patriot. She is slowly doing better and was able to release some of her hurt last night. It's going to be a long road in that aspect from her. She was very close to her brother and loved him dearly. So he still wants prayer for his wife losing her brother. Thank you all so very much. God bless each and every one of you. Okay? So Will is on the road to recovery, and he's doing much better, and he wanted you to know that. So now you know. All right. Keep Mrs. Patriot in prayer, though, okay? It's really hard. I don't need to tell you guys. When you lose a family member, that's like the hardest thing you'll ever go through. When I lost my daughter, I thought I was going to die. It took years to get over. So, and you never do. You just handle it. You're just better with it. So, at any rate, pray for Mrs. Will Patriot. I would use her name, but I don't know that he wants me to, so I'm not going to. I know her name, but I don't know if I should use it. So, anyway, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you will share this information with others. People need to know what's going on. And I would say that if you read this slowly by yourself, I'll put a link, which I don't normally do, but I'm going to put a link in the description area. If you read this slowly by yourself, it wouldn't be too difficult to figure out ways to at least hinder this from happening, okay? All right. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing to all my new subscribers and my old subscribers alike. If you want to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Go to my About section. There's links there for PayPal, all kinds of stuff, okay? I have links in that area for your help and your support. Patreon, my merchandise store, you know, whatever you guys want to do. Link to my P.O. box if you guys choose to use it. Other than that, I will have another video out, actually, I think, later this afternoon, because I wanted to ask a personal favor from you guys, but I want to put it in a video. So I might have a video coming out later this afternoon. Tomorrow for sure. So that's it for now. You guys take care. We'll talk to you later. See ya.